34, 5, and 4.
Make it pretty. Even bigger. What are they cursive? No, like me.
Caitlyn Clark is a sensation in women's basketball. She's the type of player who doesn't just play the game, she changes it, bringing energy, charisma, and a competitive edge that pulls people in. But instead of giving her the recognition she deserves, critics often try to divert attention as if acknowledging her greatness would somehow diminish the contributions of those who came before her. It's a debate that's as old as sports itself, giving due credit to the present while honoring the past. But one thing is certain, without Clark, the WNBA is struggling to keep its newfound audience engaged, and the numbers don't lie. Without Caitlyn Clark at the games recently in the WNBA playoffs, ratings dropped dramatically. There was a dramatic fall in viewership from 1.8 million to only 161,000. The clear illustration shows the importance of Clark's role in the league. This fall is more than a minor change. It indicates a threat that the WNBA may miss the momentum it strove to establish without a clear strategy to reinforce Clark's popularity. The discussion focuses on preceding the impact of iconic athletes such as Lisa Leslie and Diana Taurasi. It really honors the fresh energy that Clark introduced and could enable to uplift the entire sector. Caitlyn Clark goes well beyond just being a player. She embodies a fascinating phenomenon. Her rookie season stats are staggering. No rookie achieved more statistics than she on offense and defense. Her performance in assists and three-pointers made her the top of her game in the league, and hard to surpass. Her achievements stand out not only for a rookie but truly remarkable for every level of play. Although her successes are bound, she must handle several off-court issues alongside them. The league's approach to Clark's newfound popularity is highly ironic. After many years of failing to draw media attention, the WNBA unexpectedly acquired a player who could reshape everything. Good luck to all of you, and please feel free to share your thoughts or insights. Stay connected for more discussions like these. Rather than harnessing her reach to craft interesting tales and support other athletes in the league, they relied entirely on her charm. The result, an impractical design that topples the second she goes off the radar. Clark's rise seemed to surprise the WNBA. Crowd surged at her games, along with a rapid increase in merchandise sales, and a large group of new fans appeared to watch women's basketball for the first time. Still, the league's reaction has been minimal, without any angel advertising initiatives after Clark's retirement and a plan for holding new supporters' interest during her absence from the playoffs. The WNBA faced difficulties without Clark's impact on league play. The audience has decreased, and the league is having trouble filling venues. The thrill seems to be gone because many spots are devoid and ratings on television have faded. The fall all is more alarming than anything, and points to a league that focused too much on a few star performers. The big question now is, does the WNBA hold a chance to improve without its leading player? Before Clark came to the Indiana Fever team, almost no one noticed it in the WNBA. When Clark took the lead, they emerged as a serious challenger. Her country musicians went past the court and resonated across the whole group. Variation in sales of merchandise skyrocketed, along with mentions on social media as Fever games gained popularity. In attendance, this happened due to the impact of a single player. Picture the achievements the league could have made if it had transfused this excitement across numerous players and franchises. The store Red changed the unexpectedly. Some turned her influence into a subject of debate by wondering if excessive coverage for Clark hurt the legacy of NBA pioneers. These discussions ignore the key points completely. Though Caitlyn Clark thrived in his career, her success does not outweigh those of skilled athletes like Candace Parker and Tamika Catchings. It adds a new story. The changing saga of women's basketball. This situation arises from the league's failure to understand that has created an unfilmable gap and its draw without one key player after her exit from the league. What does that leave behind? The league is struggling with an unpleasant fact that fans are withdrawing, and the excitement that formerly invigorated arenas starts to demand interest and enthusiasm from Clark are now the crucial part of it. The game is secondary, thus the WNBA has missed the mark here. They built around Clark's popularity instead of reinforcing it, which has left them in a bind. Worse is the league's apparent inability to create a united plan to tackle these problems. The league has struggled with its marketing approach coaches because there have been few effective ad campaigns highlighting Clark or other players to attract viewers. It appears that the WNBA did not identify their strength until it had passed. Now that Clark has left, the league finds it hard to sustain the buzz she established. This situation has drawn attention to a broader issue. Is the WNBA able to thrive without depending on a top athlete. Previous sports leagues succeeded by highlighting numerous stars and competitions that excited audiences, from the Magic Bird period to the Jordan years and finally to the Kobe LeBron era. The NBA sustained strong audience participation in ticket sales. The WNBA must embrace a method comparable to what other sports leagues have done. Celebrating Clark's skills was beneficial, nevertheless ignoring the opportunities for other players proves to be a major blunder. So what's next for the WNBA? A thorough approach is essential for the league to surpass just hoping for a similar talent like Caitlyn Clark to capture the attention of fans who enjoy watching matches. For all their merits, regardless of the gamers on the field, the league must create narratives around our Joe Wilson and Breanna Stewart. They should build rivalries and develop content that appeals to fans and avoid placing all the excitement in just one player. The WNBA must find new sources of income. Dependence on ticket sales and TV revenue is in shit. Creative solutions are essential for the league to attract fans actively with distinctive items and joint deals with top brands. A range of chances is available that the WNBA should embrace and harness. The WBBA holds a special chance to gain insights from the situation. Caitlyn Clark has provided them a view of possibilities, a league that excites the audience and grabs their focus. To keep this interest alive, they must revise their approach and allocate funds towards marketing while also highlighting the entire league instead of just one player. Moving ahead will determine the outlook for women's basketball. Critical decisions await the league upcoming. They could leverage the momentum from Clark to form a robust environment of talent and rivalry, or they might stay clinging to that single player, riskier another significant fall in viewership and audience participation. The WNBA future will depend on this choice for numerous years. The WNBA needs to understand that this moment is significant, with Caitlyn Clark joining the team. A moment of potential emerge when skilled players alike lined with a perfect scene. A league depends on multiple sources of creativity and passion to flourish. Having a variety of events that are the audience keeps each game relevant. The biggest challenge for the WNBA is to spread the Clark effect throughout the league. Such a goal centers around crafting branding initiatives that emphasize the personalities and life stories of the players rather than just showcasing them. And games viewers crave stories that keep their emotions connected. The players and their teams spotlighting special rivalries and astonishing victories can change the WNBA into an environment with loyal supporters for every player, and each matchup captivates. Without Caitlyn Clark involved, the fragility of the current model within the league has become clear. People often expect a new cohort of celebrities to step in and replace her. Nonetheless, the situation is far more complicated. Focusing solely on one player isn't an option for the WNBA success. The league should energetically hunt for and cultivate abilities to distribute the focus among several competitors instead of concentrating it on one athlete. By doing this, the appeal of the league remains strong even if a standout individual like Clark disappears. Marketing and storytelling make up just a fraction of the complete equation. Achieving financial stability presents an important opportunity for the WNBA to improve more than $200 million as received from the NBA annually to back the league. While this backing is key, it raises issues regarding reliance that jeopardize the WNBA security. The league needs to develop methods to exist independently while branching into alternative income sources beyond common practice. Is launching pay-per-view experiences for key games could be part of growing digital content, while introducing platforms that provide fans with exclusive player experiences. Collaboration should be utilized by the league to progress. Working together with companies that reflect the players' traits can create unique sponsorship contracts and draw in fresh followers. Visualize a team up of a famous player and a health firm that produces clothing that summarizes the athlete's experiences. Working together with technology businesses may result in the production of virtual reality tours that let supporters dive into the action. Similarly, multiple opportunities exist, but they need a forward-thinking method that the WNBA has not already entirely grew to adopt. Also, the league should respond to the awesome directed at how it manages its players and officiates. Caitlyn Clark's suspension issue revealed the unequal handling of players and triggered conversations regarding fairness and discrimination. To achieve respect for the WNBA, it needs to make its rules open and consistently followed. When trust is established between fans and players, the league will be viewed more positively and become a more esteemed entity. Innovation must be welcomed by the league. For example, introduce different game styles or activities that increase excitement within the season. Creating a tournament in the middle of the season that spots fans' picks and carries mixed team exhibition games could captivate fans more, while the All-Star game offers a foul Nation, for the league's success it still falls short to ensure the WNBA remains dynamic and in constant progress. Initiatives must remain constantly active. Giving athletes the opportunity to play a role should always be a priority. Empowering players to voice their opinions and link with fans contribute positively to the league's future. When players gain signal individual support, it increases visibility for the entire league. Strategies that encourage players and forming their brands through online guidance or entrepreneurial efforts will aid and link the league. Lastly, it's crucial to address the elephant in the room, the view of women's athletics. Even with achievements gained so far, women's basketball continues to face a stigma that prevents it from reaching men's sports levels of respect and attention. Years in the WNBA need ongoing support to combat these misconceptions through their demonstrating skills and enjoying basketball entertainment. This is associated with enhanced publicity and a greater visibility. Unconventional media viewing the recent difficulties the WNBA and countered without Caitlyn Clark is a problem is missing the point. It is rather a chance to adjust course. This illustration shows that the league enjoys a significant opportunity to change the perception of itself beyond a female lead to one of prominence in professional basketball. There are chances ahead. Nevertheless, this calls for a transformative strategy and a commitment. A risk-taking. When the WNBA takes the right steps, it can transition from a league that attracts attention only occasionally to one that consistently pulls it in. Conceive of a world where WNBA events draw comparable enthusiasm to NBA games and where arenas are bustling from the start of the regular season until the end. Picture a league where distinct tales of individual players attract the attention of fans and where enmities engage discussion on sports broadcasts and where the rising generation of basketball fans honor WNBA players as much as and be luminaries. Unlocking a future that is feasible requires the league to acknowledge the tactical insights from Caitlyn Clark's absence and to treat them as a driving force for development. The journey for the WNBA has just begun. While this period has relied on a key player and need not shape the future of the league, if the WNBA prioritizes marketing and focuses on supporting its players and involving its audience, it can become a major league. The league needs to transition past its reliance